Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things I wish that I'd known before starting medical school. I hope that this helps you guys because it definitely would have helped me. So tip number 1, don't feel disheartened if you're not always top of the class. My analogy is that you were a big fish in this small pond and now you're going to be a small fish in this big pond of the smartest little fishies that you've ever seen. So maintain that ambitious mindset if that's what you want to achieve at med school, but just know that we all get there in the end. Do not compare yourself and believe in your abilities. If you got into med school, there was a reason that they chose you. So hold on to that belief and just stay true to yourself. Tip number 2, find the way that you learn. It's a big transition from school to university. It's a lot more self-directed. They won't necessarily hold your hand and they expect you to do a lot of the learning yourself. So the truth is, you never stop learning in medicine. And there's going to be thousands of exams that you take at medical school, and you'll be waiting for the day when you wake up and you say, that was my last exam. And the truth is, that day will never come. So you may as well start to get used to it, and if you can form the solid foundations at medical school, it will make your whole life so much easier. Tip number 3, try and make friends with medics that are in different years to yourself. So something that I found super helpful was finding friends that were in years above me. It just meant that whenever I was struggling at med school or I had any questions, they had already been through all the processes that I was going through. And so they were really the best people to reach out to when I needed any help or when I was feeling a bit down about anything. And to feel like you have that support system around you is amazing. Obviously, make sure that you form your great friendships and relationships and connections with people in your own years as well. But just something that I found really useful was finding some mentors in the years above that could really guide me through medical school. And overall, that just made me feel more supported and more confident as I progressed through med school. Tip number 4, really understand the medical curriculum. So something that was actually completely new to me was the fact that every single medical school curriculum differs so much by their way of learning. When I was at Bristol, Bristol had quite a traditional course. So you had preclinical years for 2 years, where you just did your lectures and your seminars, and then you progressed into your clinical years where it was all very much ward-based. And I think it's really, really important to understand what kind of course that you want to be on. Bristol's now transferred to a much more CBL, so case-based learning. So in the earlier years, they like to get you on the wards much earlier and let you have a lot more clinical experience early on, which I don't think is a bad thing at all, and hopefully in the long term will make even better doctors. And that leads me quite nicely on to my last and final point, that you need to take a break. Look after yourself, look after your wellness. There is more to life than exams, there is more to life than med school, and as someone that has completed med school and graduated, I can tell you that that is definitely the case. I think depending on who you are, wellness means so many different things. And when I look back at my first year at med school, I have no regrets. I threw myself into all the societies at medical school. I tried so many different sports like boxing, rowing, weightlifting, things I'd never tried before. And I would encourage all of you guys to definitely do the same. Make sure you cultivate really strong friendships at medical school, with friends outside of medical school as well. Overall, just make sure you're getting enough sleep, enough exercise, enough food. Make sure that you're really fueling your body, you're really looking after yourself and your well-being. And I think that will reduce the chances of you burning out. And actually in the long term, I think overall you'll actually do better in your studies because you'll feel fulfilled in your life and feel good in yourself. So that's my 5 tips that I wish I'd known at medical school. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching that. and I hope that it really, really helps you. And good luck to all the incoming new students, and I wish you the best of luck at med school.